Welcome to episode 2 of Turbo's Madhouse. This one's going to be titled An Inspiration and a Fraud. Might be kind of interesting. So the last episode was kind of deep, kind of emotional, and I'm going to try to stray away from that today. But so I told you in the last one the whole reason why I decided to do this. Some friends of mine had pretty much given me the idea and was like, hey, you should do it, so I did. What I didn't expect out of doing that was for me to get messages saying that I inspired them. It didn't kind of take me by surprise, it took me by surprise. Definitely not something that I was expecting. When I was talking to this person and telling them I wasn't sure if I was going to do another episode, they told me that I should, because people need to, I guess, in their words, we need more real people out here. So here I am, just doing my thing, and thanks to them, I'm still doing this, I'm giving it another go. But yeah, it's kind of hard for me to take praise and stuff. Like I don't know why. I had this negative self vision of myself. Like it's kind of weird because I have this. I don't know if you call it mentality or thought process or what, but like I have this thing where I'm like, I can do anything that I want to. Like I can do absolutely anything I want to do. All I got to do is put my mind to it, and it'll happen. But on the flip side of that, I also have this terrible self-image of myself where it's nothing but failure, like nothing but failure, and it keeps me from going forward on a path to try and do something, not even to be successful, but just to start something. Period. You know. But I know I'm smart enough. I know I've got the I guess you'd say talent for some things. Like I know a lot of my ideas, if I really wanted it to happen, I could make it happen and it would be successful. But then I got that little fucking thing in my ear all the time. It's like, oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. You're not going to succeed. It's not the right time. You don't have the money. You know, wait till this is done. Wait till that is done. You know, I'll try it next year. You know, I'm so sick of this negative but positive mindset. It drives me nuts. So I guess that's why I decided to do this again. Is because it's like, you know what? Even if nobody listens to it, it's good. You're still doing the thing. You're still putting it out there. And who cares if somebody checks it out? It is what it is, you know? So I'm trying to change that mindset. And as another friend of mine put it yesterday, you are what you think. I'm not sure if that's the right way he worded it or not, but pretty much the way you think about yourself and the way that you think about your life is essentially what's going to come to the surface. And I think he's right. Pretty sure he's right. So I'm trying to take and shift that mindset and get away from the negative and go more towards the positive and try to get myself out of this funk that I've been in. And speaking of funks, holy crap. I don't know what's going on, but the last 2 weeks the last month, I have just been absolutely in the dumps, super fucking depressed for no reason. Like no reason. I mean, we all got reasons to be depressed, right? But like, it's not like somebody in my family died. It's not like I lost a great job or something like that. It's just I just could not get out of my head at all. Like the past couple of weeks, And then I don't know what happened, but yesterday it just clicked, and I'm feeling good. And I hope it stays this way. Today I'm feeling pretty good. But yeah, so my buddy was right. Hopefully this whole think positive mindset thing actually works, because that'd be awesome. So I guess that's the inspiration part of the of the podcast today. Now we're going to get onto the fraud part. So I told a buddy of mine about my disability and all this stuff, and the shit I'm getting from the VA. And let me back it up a little bit. So, as I told you guys last week, like, when I was seeing my therapist, they asked me about my disability status and my rating and all that stuff, and I told them, and they advised me that they felt like I should resubmit a claim and see if I could get a higher rating. So that's what I did. But I did not want to go through the bureaucracy. I didn't want to go through all the bullshit. I didn't want to file 10 million damn things just for the VA to come back and tell me, fuck off. So I hired a company to do it. My therapist told me, hey, you should file to see if you can get a higher claim. I researched companies and I found one, an ethical one, that did it for me. At the end of the day, all this company did was prepare the document in a way that would convey what the VA needed to hear, instead of the jumbled up nonsense that I would have made it if I tried to do it. At the end of the day, the VA not only had the document that we sent in, telling everything, but they had all my medical records from the VA. Like, I didn't go and see any other doctors. I didn't go do shit except for have a company prepare the documents, and then I submitted them. The VA had all the medical records, so like the stuff was already there. And I say all this because I got a buddy of mine, and I don't even know if I want to. I don't know. I got some people tell me I shouldn't be calling him a friend anymore after this. But a friend of mine, after I told him that I won my claim and I was now getting 100% disability and all the stuff that comes with that, he called me a fraud because I paid somebody to help me prepare the paperwork. And like, I get it, I guess, but at the same time, it's like, dude, like, you don't know what this company did for me. Like how about instead of just calling me a fraud, you talk to me and ask me what happened. Call the company yourselves, talk to them. Like, I get it. There are companies out there, there are bad actors out there that absolutely will lie on the behalf of somebody else just so they can get a paycheck. Think of 50% of attorneys out there, 70% of the attorneys in the world. That's their job. They lie for a living. And that's okay. But yet when I hire a company to help me with the paperwork for a disability claim, like I'm a fraud? Like fuck you, dude. Like, you want to see my psych evals? You want to see all my medical reports from the fucking VA that the VA doctors have written? Like, I haven't seen a therapist for 2 years for no fucking reason. I haven't had a pain specialist for no fucking reason. But, whatever, After I got the award letter, which is whatever, it is what it is. After I got my letter saying that I was 100% disabled, I had an appointment with my therapist, and I was talking to her about it before I talked to my friend. And I was telling her, I'm glad that I got this, and like I don't even care about the money. I really don't. I got a decent job. I can pay my stuff without it. I don't need it. Do I appreciate it? Absolutely, I do. Does it make my life easier? Of course it does. But I'm not gonna sit on my ass at home and let the fucking taxpayers pay for all my shit. I'm gonna go out and still do my job, still make my own money. And I was telling my therapist that I was having a hard time accepting the fact that I'm 100% disabled now, according to the VA. Like, I don't, I'm trying to figure out how to put this in words. Essentially, what I told her is I'm thankful that the VA has come to this decision because it helps me take some weight off of my shoulders when it comes to taking care of my family. But more importantly, it gets me into the VA to get access to health care a lot easier than what I already had. And to me, that is the important part. Yes, I already had a psychiatrist and a therapist. I had a pain doc. I was going through all that stuff. But now it's easier, if that makes any sense. It's not as much of a pain in the ass. And that's really what I care about, But at the same time, it's kind of hard to accept it because, yeah, I've got my issues, but I can work, I can work, and I've struggled with the fact that I was taking money away from another veteran that needed it more than I did. I had a hard time with that. And then my therapist told me that the VA made their decision based on medical records, and that they felt like I got what I needed or deserved, and that anybody else that wants to go through the process is absolutely able to if they're willing. And I wasn't taking anything from any other veteran. That it's there if they want it. They just got to go get it. And I guess that makes sense. And yeah, it's still a hard thing for me to accept though. Like, I'm so thankful for it. I really am. But I just hope that that the people like me that are still waiting 10 plus years since they got out to even go see a doctor at the VA. Like, I waited 10 years. I waited 10 years after I got back from Iraq to go see a doctor at the VA. Like, don't do it. If you feel like you need help, if there's people, if your wife, your husband, your kids are telling you, hey, you should go see a doc, you should go, get this thing checked out, just go. Just go. Let the VA worry about the rest. Let them worry about your percentages and then all that crap. Let them worry about that. You just go and see the doctors and get whatever help you need. File every claim that you're eligible for. If you're eligible for it, claim it. Doesn't mean you're going to get it just because you're eligible. Doesn't mean you're entitled. Apply. The school programs. Apply for it. If you want to go back to school, apply for it. Vocational rehab. That's there. If you're not in a job that you feel like you're able to do, now granted for rehab you have to be, I think it's 50% disabled. So take that into consideration. But if you're a disabled vet and you're not able to perform well in your job, or your disabilities make it hard for you to perform well in your job, I should say, then apply for voc rehab. You'll go in and you'll take some kind of a career aptitude test. I can't remember what it's called, but you'll take a career aptitude test. It'll list out what jobs they think you would be a good fit for, and then I guess they're counselors. I'm not sure. They'll go through everything with you and try to help you to find a career that you will be able to work in with your particular disabilities, whatever they may be. And not everybody can go through that program. Even those that are disabled, not everybody can go through there. There are limitations. There are things you have to be able to go through this program. Like me, I can't go through voc rehab. I wish I could, but I can't because of the job I got. Yeah. In order for me to go through voc rehab, I have to quit my job. I have to pretty much quit my job, don't have any work at all before I can go to voc rehab. And I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to go. I should do it. I really should do it, but I'm terrified to do it. But voc rehab is a great. I think it's a great program if you're eligible for it. You should totally apply for it if that's where you're at. Go to your local VA, man, and just apply for everything that you want. No guarantee you'll get it, and that's okay. But if the VA, if you don't apply, you never know. At the end of the day, if you don't apply, you don't have a clue. You might go to the VA and apply for some program thinking you'll never get it, and the VA comes back after looking through all your medical records and all your history and say, "Oh wow, yeah, you absolutely qualify for this. Let's get you set up." And for 10 years, you've been sitting there wishing you had some help. Go to the VA. Anyway, enough about all that. I'm not a VSO or any of that stuff. I absolutely would hope that somebody hears this and I say something that makes them want to go and get the help they need, because I'm telling you, it changes things. But that's not all this podcast is about. It's probably going to be a majority of things because for some reason, I guess that's what people, so far, that's what people have wanted to hear about. Yeah, but I plan on talking about some other stuff too, like maybe doing some music reviews and stuff like that, and this freaking game I've been playing called Last War. No, yeah, I'm not getting started on that right now. O9B is really getting on my nerves at the moment. If you know, you know. Oh man, Newt. Go Penguins. Oh man. Anyways, this has gone on long enough. I'm out.